Hi, everyone. Very good evening to all of you. Welcome to the session. I hope I am properly audible. Let me know if you are doing fine. Audio video is okay. There is an update for you. There is going to change which we will start from Thursday or Friday. I'll let you know. But from tomorrow on, no, day after tomorrow onwards, all classes will be on this channel. But 8 p.m. class right now that we have is of editorial that will keep going, and I believe that in a day or two will be sorted with the new time for the classes, and that will be communicated to you as soon as possible. But yes, classes will be there, practice plus editorial. Again, so that's what you have here. Now, talking about the article, it is taken from the Hindu, the editorial part of it, and you need to know that in this session what do we do is हम skimming सीखते, practice करते, vocabulary सीखते हैं, we cover grammar, discuss grammar as well as some MCQ. So it's a all-rounder thing that you have. It's an all-rounder thing, all-rounder session you can call, जहाँ पे आपको सब कुछ required जो English के लिए वो मिलता है ना? So we are going to start with skimming. जिन्हें नहीं पता skimming क्या होती है, it's that you skip some words and read and still get the main message of the passage, article or any given piece of content. तो आपको अपने दिमाग को ट्रेन करना पड़ेगा कि अच्छा ये हाईलाइटेड वर्ड्स मींस दीज आर इंपॉर्टेंट वर्ड्स, तो कैच कैसे करोगे? मोस्टली आपका सब्जेक्ट और वर्ब मेन रहेगा, है ना? वर्ब नहीं समझ में आ रहा है तो थोड़ा सा ऑब्जेक्ट पढ़ो, फुल नेम्स को इग्नोर कर सकते हो, छोटे में कोई एक नाम पढ़ के फर्स्ट या लास्ट नेम पढ़ के या डेजिग्नेशन पढ़ के आगे बढ़ जाओ, 2024 ना बोल के यू कैन जस्ट लुक एट इट एंड यू नो कि किस ईयर की बात हो रही है. लाइक वाइज आप नंबर्स वगैरह स्किप कर सकते हो अनलेस एंड अनटिल उसके ऊपर आपको क्वेश्चन मिलेगा. तो इसी तरीके से आपको रीड करना है. ओके, एंड आई गिव यू 2.5 minutes टू प्रैक्टिस स्किमिंग. स्किमिंग करो इस पैसेज की, इस आर्टिकल की. उससे पहले लाइक और शेयर कर दीजिए सेशन को, सब्सक्राइब इफ यू आर न्यू एंड मेक श्योर दैट आपने टेलीग्राम चैनल ज्वाइन करा हुआ है फॉर फ्री पीडीएफ. नहीं करा है, लिंक इज इन द डिस्क्रिप्शन, अब कर लीजिए. स्टार्ट स्किमिंग. So demand distress on slowdown in the overall IIP. So IIP Index of Industrial Production उसमें slowdown है. Rural demand might yet pick up during the festival season. So there is a hope maybe somewhere in the passes that we can find. The new financial year has gotten off to a relatively poor start when it comes to industrial production. So new financial year में इतना कुछ खास देखने मिला नहीं. It's a poor beginning. Growth in the index of industrial production slumped. It went down to a 9-month low of 1.2% in May. May में 9th month में सबसे कम था. This follows an 8-month low of 2.6 in April. April में 8-month low. Taken together, this puts an average growth in the index so far at just 1.9. April में मिला लो तो इतना है average. From the average in the 24-25 में जो था वो था 5.7. तो उससे कितना कम है? A major reason behind the dip in May's performance was due to electricity sector, which contracted 5.8. So electricity sector one of the main reasons था जिसके कारण number down गया. Its worst performance since June 2020, nearly 5 years ago. 5 साल पहले इतनी बुरी परफॉर्मेंस थी और उसके बाद अब ऐसा बुरा परफॉर्मेंस देखने को मिला है. This poor performance in electricity generation can be put down to an unusually cool May. May में इतनी गर्मी नहीं पड़ी तो electricity generation की ज़रूरत नहीं हुई, but it could also point towards lower offtake for industrial purposes. Industrial purposes भी low थे तो electricity generation की इतनी ज़रूरत नहीं पड़ी. The fact also remains that the slowdown in the overall IIP has been broad based. एक ही रीजन नहीं है, मल्टीपल रीजन है. Several key sectors have either contracted or slowed sharply. काफी कम धीरे धीरे चल रहे हैं. Manufacturing sector slowed to a growth of 2.6%, down from 5%. A deeper look shows that this slowdown was driven by contractions of manufacturing of textile. Manufacturing में dip है, textiles में, leather production में, pharmaceuticals, chemicals, etc. So altogether manufacturing में dip है. Okay, while some of these are core sectors, most are consumer facing. Consumer facing है ज़्यादातर, implying that the demand in the economy is not picking up. कंज्यूमर की डिमांड नहीं है तो प्रोडक्शन कम हो रहा है, एंड मे इवन बी स्लैकनिंग फर्दर, और एक स्पेकुलेशन है कि आगे और कम हो सकता है. This is backed by the fact that the consumer durables and non-durable sectors simultaneously contracted for the first time since November. तो ये जो है ये फैक्ट के बेस पर ऑथर बोल रहा है that consumer durables and non-durables simultaneously कम हो गए थे for the first time since कम हो गए हैं for the first time since November 2023, and इस वजह से उसको लग रहा है कि आगे भी जो है it will continue. It will help up to an extent, काफी हद तक improve हो जाएगी, but there are other factors also जो आप लोगों को करना है. Once at least every aspirant should cover at least one time a grammar course. जिसमें theory में आपको concepts clear हो जाए. आपको daily vocabulary करनी, which I keep giving the words here daily, so वो तो आपका पूरा हो जाएगा. Then आपको खुद से भी practice लगानी है, that is time based practice of various topics. वो सारी चीज़ें मिलाकर आपको इम्प्रूवमेंट देंगी, बट यस बहुत कुछ आपको इससे सीखने मिलेगा. A subsector analysis of this data further reinforces the takeaway that demand is weak. So subsector analysis of this data जो है, ये जो आगे और हम sector wise analysis करते हैं, ये strong बनाता है इस चीज़ को कि demand is weak. Within consumer durables, IIP data showed significant contraction in production of footwear, etc. ये सब नाम है चीज़, इनको पढ़ना है तो पढ़ो, नहीं तो एक लुक से समझ में आता है कि हाँ ये कंज्यूमेबल्स हैं तो क्या क्या चीज़ें होंगी. These are all items of discretionary spending, मतलब लोगों को लगेगा खर्च करना है तो उस पर करेंगे, not strictly essential, which implies that the people are holding off on their purchases. तो लोग खुलकर पैसे नहीं spend कर रहे हैं. Even among consumer non-durables, the items that have seen contraction such as meat, honey, fruit, juice, jam, sugar are those which that are issued the quickest during the lean periods. ओके, तो यहाँ पे भी हमें देखने को मिलता है कि लोग थोड़ा सा एब्सटेन करते हैं, कुछ पीरियड्स होते हैं जहाँ पे इनका कंजम्पशन, इनसे दूर रहते हैं लोग. द सिचुएशन डजंट सीम टू हैव इम्प्रूव्ड मच इन जून ईदर. जून में भी देखने को नहीं मिला. द प्राइवेट सेक्टर मैन्युफैक्चरिंग रिपोर्ट shows that while demand for intermediate good is doing well, intermediate वाले जो बीच के goods है वो ठीक है. Same cannot be said for either capital or consumer goods. In recent interviews, Finance Minister has expressed confidence that urban demand is recovering. अभी finance का कहना है कि urban demand तो बढ़ रही है. Budget के 2025 tax breaks will boost demand by the time the festival season rolls around. और जो नई चीजें आई हैं टैक्स में उसके कारण फेस्टिवल सीजन में पिकअप करेगा मार्केट. The progress of the monsoon so far indicates the rural demand may indeed pick up by then. रूरल डिमांड शायद पिकअप कर ले, बट अर्बन डिमांड्स रिमेन्स अ वरी. अर्बन डिमांड करेगा कि नहीं, ऑथर लुकिंग एट द फैक्ट इट्स समथिंग वी कैन नॉट बी श्योर ऑफ. With trade remaining subdued and uncertain, domestic demand weakness does not augur well for the economy. So, trade में चीज़ें बहुत ही uncertain है, ऊपर नीचे हुई है due to XYZ reasons, because of which we can't say कि demand कितनी वीक बने रहेगी, कब तक वीक बने रहेगी. Okay. Slump is गिरावट, a decline, a dip. Offtake is consumption, मांग की मात्रा, how much is being consumed. Broad based is something which is comprehensive. It is something जो कि A to Z everything cover हो रही है. Issue is to avoid, abstain from, किसी चीज से थोड़े समय के लिए दूर रहना. Contraction is again गिरावट, something that is declining. Discretionary is voluntary, optional, something जो कि हम सोचकर and इच्छा अनुसार खर्च करेंगे. If we want to, then it's not a need. Subdued is muted, dull, शांत है, मंदी है. Because we are talking about market in the context of the passage, it meant मंदी. Slackening is weakening, decline of something. Durables means long lasting goods, है ना, जिनकी एक्सपायरी लंबे समय बाद की होती है. लीन पीरियड्स आर द स्लो डाउन स्लगिश फेज. जिसे दिस इज अ वेरी गुड वोकैबुलरी यू कैन यूज इन योर एसेज एंड ऑल, अगर आप मार्केट के बारे में बात कर रहे हो. Intermediate goods are semi-finished goods. Okay. Rural demand decreasing from 20, not from 2020, but we have seen a great dip recently. ऐसे बोलो, author is concerned, the author concerns नहीं, author is concerned regarding the purchasing power of both sectors. And okay, little bit work on grammar, but you got the point. It's all about how the growth is stuck, and regarding demand we are not sure if it is going to increase in the coming days. Some grammar related questions. Subject verb agreement of this sentence. Reason. Reason is being explained, but was is the main verb here. Part of speech. Subject was reason. Adverb. It's adjective. Even ing as adjective. Yes, exactly. Next. This adjective. Last one. Tell me the voice and tense in this sentence. Voice and tense in this sentence. Voice and tense. Very easy, it's active. SP, simple past tense. The private sector, manufacturing, purchasing managers index report. So the report is the subject here. Released on Tuesday is the adjectival phrase. The report shows. Okay, so this is active voice and this is simple present tense. Released is explaining the report. Okay, क्योंकि report Tuesday को, but report shows. This is the main verb, and that's why it is simple present. How can it be past? Shows past में कहाँ use होगा? That means you understood some other word as the subject, as the verb, and that's why you made the mistake. Summary goes like this. The editorial flags a significant slowdown in IIP, highlighting a worrying trend of declining growth. जिससे हमें उसने ये बताया है, especially in consumer-driven sectors. While electricity output dipped, contraction across consumer durables and other non-durables indicates weakening demand. Basically, demand weak हो रही है. And some of the names if you want to write. The editorial notes the discretionary spending is declining and even essentials like other things have been reduced, have seen reduced output. तो यहाँ पे इन segments में slow down है. While hopes rest on the festival season, rural demand revival पे और festive season पे hopes टिके हुए हैं. The broader economy signals remain fragile. ये signals कि और ज़्यादा कुछ होगा उसके लिए हम ज़्यादा signals ही नहीं हमारे पास. So that's what. What is editorial's primary concern? It's weak and declining consumer demand. B is your answer. A is the answer. Which factor is not directly cited as contributing? In contraction is mentioned, consumer spending and sectoral contraction, different sectors के नाम दिए. Exports की बात नहीं करी है, so A is your answer. So, what does the contraction in goods like meat, honey, etc., indicate? Hesitation in essential purchases during downturn, says that. The editorial sees rural demand recovery as dependent on monsoon and festival season. Both the reasons, both the things author has mentioned, जिससे थोड़ी hope मिल रही. Here again, durable, non-durable spending is something that is viewed with the most skepticism. इसमें कब क्या होगा, कैसे होगा, we don't know. The answer is C. Nor it has provided नहीं आएगा, बस सीधे provided आएगा, because neither offered nor verb second form to be repeated. Next one. Huh? Okay. Hardly takes when, so not a problem. Okay. Then goes with no sooner. Now, apart from that, won't other things be something to check करोगे आप लोग? Hardly had the announcement been made, B is the answer. Announcement खुद से हो जाएगा क्या? We need passive voice. Inversion is already applicable. Yes, it is applicable. It is already there. Had is the first helping verb, but we have to use been, तो वो subject के बाद में main verb के साथ आ जाएगा. Understood? So what is wrong here? Wrong किसको mark करोगे? See, there is definitely a way you can go around the sentence saying he was appointed, but the hospital को कहाँ डालोगे? Okay, he was appointed by the hospital as the CMO. You can say, but then B और C दोनों आंसर हो जाएंगे. तो ऐसे क्वेश्चंस का आंसर होता है A. Being a renowned surgeon. Now, surgeon is not the hospital. The subject here is hospital. Hospital cannot be a renowned surgeon. So the phrase, introductory phrase जो यहाँ use हुआ है, that has error, and because of this answer आपका A है. Okay? It should talk about surgeon. Yes. So error कहाँ है? B और C दो दो आंसर तो नहीं है. That's why answer A है कि वो वही phrase ही पूरा गलत है. Only four options. Yeah. आंसर दिख गया आप लोग, बट Definitely what you have is subject verb agreement error. आपका results word subject है, so we want R over here. Next. Inversion. No sooner had we, right? So the answer is definitely. Answer is A. In time of crisis, leaders must remain composed to guide. So they must remain resolute. They cannot be lenient, है ना कि जो जो कर रहा है करने दो. Why resolute and why not see? So you need to understand ambitious होके they can't get anything in the time of crisis. But being resolute means being determined. They can do something about it. इवेजिव होना इज डॉजिंग समथिंग, बच कर निकलना, तो वो तो नेगेटिव वर्ड है, चाहिए भी. The professor's theory, though innovative, was dismissed for lacking empirical backing, empirical facts. The connection makes no sense because connection किसका? टॉलरेंस, कंपटीशन के बिना थ्योरी चली नहीं, तो ये सारे वर्ड्स का तो कोई काम नहीं. Despite his achievements, he remained humble and never boasted. Never boasted तो humble ही होगा वो. क्वेश्चन में आंसर था आपका. The committee concluded that the policy was dash flawed, fundamentally, stylishly flawed. Style में गलती है उसमें. Arbitrarily है, थोड़े समय के लिए faintly है, no. Fundamental, fundamental basis पे है. The ancient manuscript was so dashed that even experts struggled to interpret it. Interpret नहीं होने वाली चीज क्या होती है? Something which you cannot interpret is indecipherable. Elegant होगी, no doubt. But that के बाद there is a whole context given to you. तो उसको follow करो. Indecipherable is the answer. Explicit तो clear होती है, deliberate का कोई sense नहीं है. Can't be decoded. Exactly. That's why they are unable to interpret. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much for joining today. And regarding updates in the time and all, I'll let you know. Take care and see you.